Now gather around while I tell you about the Loup Garoup. Oh, what is that? Oh, it was a bad thing, and it makes me scared to think of it. Ever since I was a little boy and the old men and the old women told of it, they would sit and squeeze around the fire and be scared to look behind us, to see the shadow creep on the floor and jump on the wall, for fear it might be the Loup Garoup. What species of predatory animal are these Loup Garoups? Do they have anything like the human nature of an ordinary wolf? Or are they a Lucifer? Or a woolly nig? A kind of wild cat? Oh, they were devils more than anything. Devil. Sometimes they were men, just like anybody, and then they would be wolves. Oh, but they were much worse than wolves. They catch dead men in graveyards and eat them. They catch live men and eat them. Oh, they were so awful. I believe they haven't gotten them anymore in Canada, but they are in Maine. And they were for a while, and they will be. So I will tell you this story. Listen in. One time, my great-grandmother got so old, she made up her mind she would die, and my grandfather was to go for the priest in the night, a long, long way through the woods, and he was driving along the trail. He couldn't hear any noise except the snow was scrunching under the running of the horse's feet. Well, my Grandpierre, or my grandfather as they say, was driving along and not thinking about much, except for hurry fast, because it was very cold. He was going along a smooth road through the woods when his horse was begging him, "Oh, slow down!" And my Grandpierre, he couldn't make it go fast. He kept trying, "Please, horse, speed up." But the horse just pulled hard and couldn't move. It was like he was drawing more than a 2-ton load, and he sweated so much he smoked like a steamboat, and he melted the snow on the road with each drop of his sweat. By my Grandpierre looked behind him, and he saw a great big black dog. But it was a wolf, and he didn't know whether it was going to keep pulling him back or not. And he pulled so hard to get away from that devil, that wolf. And my Grandpierre was mad, but even more scared than he was mad. And he struck that thing with his whip, and that thing jumped right on the train and put his 4 feet on my grandfather's shoulder. It was so heavy, it almost squashed him. My grandfather felt for his knife to cut it, because if you draw the blood of the Loup Garoup, he'll turn back into a man right away and run off. Oh no, he couldn't find his knife, and he didn't know what he'd do. The horse was scared, and that horse ran like a holy hurricane, since the Loup Garoup had gotten his 4 feet off the ground, and he couldn't pull that sleigh back anymore. My Grandpierre felt that hellish thing's hot breath freeze his neck, and his wolf hairs brushed his face like needles, and he shut his eyes so he couldn't see that awful yellow eye of the wolf close to his own, and he gave himself up for dead. But then his horse luckily ran into the priest's gate, and he hollered, and the priest ran out, and he said some sacred words, quick and loud. And guess what? That Loup Garoup became a man right away, quick as a wink, and he ran off into the woods. My grandfather was so scared, it took half a pint of the priest's whiskey to bring him to. Yes, half a pint. And now they say there is a man, there is a neighbor who was a neighbor of my grandfather, not a very good man, and that man carries a whip mark on his face, this very same that the wolf had gotten on his face.
This podcast is brought to you by ConfettiPark.com.